Okay, so this is what you're going to need for the chicken. This is just going to basically dress the chicken. So it's just some vegetables of your choice. I'm using mushrooms, red onion, and then some peppers, green, yellow, and red. And I may grate up some fresh garlic, pack of chicken. I'm using drumsticks, but you can use wings, thighs, you can use whatever you want. And this is the star of the show, this jerk seasoning. I have the hot and spicy when it comes in mild, and the brand is Walker's Wood. Okay, so I'm going to get started by getting my chicken washed and into this bag. I just used garlic powder and onion powder. I don't need pepper or anything else, and that's just my own personal preference. You do not really need anything with that. So I'm just going to place these chicken wings that already have the onion and garlic powder on them into my bag. Okay, so next I'm just going to take a couple of heaping, I have a tablespoon, but I mean a teaspoon, but if you have a tablespoon, maybe just one big heaping tablespoon, but I'm going to use 2 nice sized teaspoons and just toss it right into the bag. And then just make sure every chicken leg or piece of your chicken is coated. And once it's coated, I'm just going to set this into a bowl in case there's any drainage or drippage. I'm going to set this into a bowl and place it into the refrigerator. Okay, so I'm just going to place this in the refrigerator for about 4 hours until it's time for me to cook my dinner. On the bottle it says overnight for best results, but use your own discretion. However long you usually marinate, I think an hour would even be fine. Okay, and this step is optional. I'm just taking a little bit of olive oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan, and I'm taking the chicken directly from the marinade. And I'm just going to let it brown a little bit on both sides. I'm going to take about a couple of teaspoons again of the jerk sauce. I'm going to squeeze in about a teaspoon of honey and the juice from like a half a lemon. I just added shrimp to the center, and I just used the rest of that marinade and just basted my shrimp with that. Place it right in the center. Next, I have my veggies cut up, and I'm just going to place them in the dish around the meat. So I had way more vegetables than I needed, so I just placed the other ones in a container and refrigerate them for I can chop those up and put them in my eggs for breakfast. So next, I'm just going to take this chicken broth and just make sure the bottom is covered with the chicken broth. Just about a half a can of this is what I'm going to use. I'm not pouring it all over the food. I'm just placing it, kind of found a little opening and just placing it at the bottom. Don't want the chicken to dry out, and then we want the juice from the chicken, the marinade from the chicken to kind of blend with that chicken broth and make like a gravy. It won't be thick as a gravy, but it'll be like a sauce that you can add and put on top of your rice. You'll see here shortly. I'm just going to cover that up, place it in the oven for about, I'm gonna check it after 30 minutes, and I'm cooking it on 350. Okay, so I almost forgot my mushrooms, and I love mushrooms, so I just placed them on top. These are obviously optional. You could have used any vegetables you wanted, broccoli, or you could have just used no vegetables at all. Totally flexible, like most of my meal ideas. Okay, so I have my oil heating up for my cabbage, and I could just cut up a head of cabbage, but I like using the slaw mix. So it's just green cabbage, carrots, red cabbage, all mixed in together. And I just find that easier than cutting up a head of cabbage, but you can do it however you want, okay? So I'm gonna put that in there and let it simmer down, and it'll wilt down a bit. And then I also like to add this, and it's a salad blend, and it has broccoli florets, cauliflower, red cabbage, orange infused cranberries, and bacon. And it's part of a salad mix. So I just put the bacon and the dressing aside, and I want that cabbage, and I want that broccoli. I want all of that to be in my cabbage. And that's just going to wilt down a bit. Okay, so next I'm just adding these. It's like a salad topping. It's called almond toppings, honey roasted with cranberries. So I like nuts and berries, sometimes even apples, in my cabbage. So this is obviously optional. You just make your cabbage how you normally make cabbage, but if you don't know how to make cabbage, or you just want to try a different method, you can try this. And I just seasoned this with pepper, a little bit of salt, and garlic powder. I'm gonna add a few more because I just like a crunch, and then it's done, because I don't want the cranberries or the nuts to lose the crunch. And that is it. Okay, so I just checked on my chicken. It smells really, really good. I transferred the cabbage to a dish. I'm gonna get some water going and make this jasmine fragrant Thai rice. I think this is going to be really, really good with that chicken. Normally I like brown rice, but I think this will be perfect with that. And then I'm just going to make some crescent rolls. Okay, dinner is served. Quick and easy jerk chicken. And you can use any brand of jerk sauce. You can even Google and make your own. That's just the brand that I like. Quick and easy. There's that just juice at the bottom. That'll thicken up as it settles. That can be spooned over the rice. Nice and fluffy rice. Got some cabbage and some crescent rolls. That is it. Dinner is now served. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.